when he was 10 months old, I used to take him with me to play basketball, and I give him a basketball and let him sit over in the corner, and then he began to like the game, and so when he was 6, I play around with him. We got him on a couple of little bitty basketball programs, and he decided. I always told him, I said, if you want to play the game, go ahead and play the game. But when you feel like you love the game and you want basketball to do some things for you as you can do for basketball, then I will work with you. And so one day he decided that he wanted to play basketball, and he really wanted to play. And so I got him the resources to play. I worked with him, and then I put him in a position that he became a very good player. He was a 3-year starter. His team won their conference regular season championship 3 years in a row. But he decided that basketball had taken him as far as he wanted to go, and when he graduated from college, he wanted to start a career, and he had started working in the food service field. He was a food service manager at the University of Penn for Airmark until he had his accident.
On February 8th of 2009, an ordinary day, I woke up that morning with just an ordinary day with my plans for the day. But you know how you have some days that things just don't rest well in your spirit? You just feel like something is going to happen that day. I've been presenting for years, but for some reason that day, even in between workshops, I just felt like something was going to happen. On the way home that day, I called Troy. Hey, Troy, are you okay? Is everything going well today? He's the usual. Yep. So I went on with my day. Nothing could have prepared me for what I later faced.
And I took one look at the car and know that anybody who was in a car accident like that did not walk away. So by that time, I called my wife and told her I had found the car, and she told me that they had found Troy, and that Troy was at Temple University Hospital. He was on life supports and he was in a coma.
If anything else you'll know about me is you'll have to know that I have a faith that can endure almost anything. This was during the Lenten season. I had said at Lent, that Wednesday night, God, I want a faith that I can look death in the face and still trust you. I had no idea I would be tested like this. How do you give hope when you're dying inside? How do you give hope when the person you talk to every day, all day, can't talk back to you? Troy and I talked every day. He would call me from work, Mom, what are you doing? Mom, what are you cooking for dinner? The pain of missing Troy was so bad. He didn't know, he can't talk back. When I think of this day, even now, I become so emotional. I said to Troy, I've come back and forth. I love you more than breathing. Troy, if you have any idea that I'm here, if you feel my love, grip my hand. Troy gripped my hand so hard until it was shaking. I said, Troy, is this real? I want this to happen so much. Maybe I'm imagining. Troy, do you know it's Mom? Grip my hand. My hand was shaking. I knew then that my baby was going to make it.
We have never given up, never lost faith that he was going to be, we bring him back to some level of independence. And we don't let him, I mean, one of the things they say, well, you know, generally young, because he's very young, and he was very young when he had the accident. That was a major plus in this situation. And they would say, you know, they were worried about him getting depressed, and no, he can't get depressed. He can't get depressed. He's an athlete. They work through whatever it is, and I said, I would always go to him and say, tell us what milestones he needs to make. And when they were getting ready to transfer him, trying to decide whether they was going to transfer him to a long care facility or to a rehab, he said in order to go to a rehab, he has to pass these tests. And then the doctor said, well, he can't move his left side. Well, what they didn't know was I had been working with him, and my wife would tell you to acknowledge him. So they said, he just won't do it. I said, okay, what you want him to do? He said, he needs to lift his left leg. So I went and touched him once, just said, Troy, look at me, lift your left leg. He lifted his left leg. I said, Troy, lift your left arm. He lifted his left arm. The doctor said, well, he won't do that. I said, this is what you do. You walk to him, you get right in his face and get his attention. I said, now he'll do anything you ask him to. Now he'll lay there. If you don't ask him to do nothing, he's going to lay there. But if you ask him to do something, he will do it.
I have a wonderful friend by the name of Kate. We have worked together for many years. She and I always had a great time, but we sat on the same interdisciplinary team at work. So I already knew that she was the best. I think she's the best.
I used to see him once a week, and he would come into the gym, and him and I would work one-on-one for about an hour, and he was the most dedicated, hardworking patient I've ever seen. When after about a year of working with me, I felt like I had really reached the capacity of help that I could give him. So I was looking for other programs to introduce him to, and this program came up, the Fighting Back, and I knew he would be perfect for it. I knew that he would be nominated. His family support is amazing. His mother, his father, they are just the perfect family. I mean, they help each other through everything. I've seen in my 30 years of being a physical therapist a lot of families that give up on a person or just accept what has happened as being the only thing that can happen, and they are constantly searching, and he's constantly working for improvements.
He looks forward to coming every Thursday. Troy will tell you, don't forget, I go Thursday. Troy, I won't forget. Even if the weather is bad, Troy is pulling out his sweats and he's getting ready. And I don't need to tell you, Jim is all in the mix. I mean, he thinks he's Ron's assistant. But the main thing is he's so happy with Troy's gains, and he wants so much to see Troy go back to where he was. You're talking somebody who could throw a basketball full court. You're talking somebody who was extremely strong. I can't tell you what this means to us. First of all, the opportunity to come. It's a joy to even be here. But then when you realize the gains that your child has made when he was so sick. People have accidents. We're not exempt from pain. Everybody has it. But our family has been through it, and we were able to survive based on our faith, based on the support of family, friends, and now with Scott Dillman, Bill Orr, people who have become household names for us. When we speak of people, this means more than you'll ever know.
It means that all I do me, and I can share the experience with my people. My mom and dad and Lucas. He pushes me hard as he can, possibly, so that I can know that I gave it my all.